Just nuke it away. Nobody's mind was made to mind all that space. Just nuke it away.
Welcome to the Nuke It From Orbit podcast. Today we're being joined.
Hey guys, if you are receiving this transmission, you are listening to the Nuke It From Orbit podcast.
Welcome to the Nuke It From Orbit podcast, where today we're missing some people because they want to be fucking tired and shit. Anyways,
We're not missing
I'm
anybody. I
Calico.
don't know what
Yes,
you're
we
talking
are.
about.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, I'm Calico, and I'm here with Alex, Ollie, and Barry, and Typo.
Hello. Good guys. Anyways, yeah, welcome to our podcast.
Who the
So
fuck
today we're
is
gonna
this
go over.
lock man? What the god? I didn't scroll down yet.
Yeah. So, anyways, how are you guys? Things here in space have been hectic.
He looks like a
So I know
unicorn.
that Calico and I wanted to. There's something that we wanted to bring to the table today. Something very
Something
beautiful that we discovered recently.
yeah, and Barry's obsessed with it.
I'm obsessed with it. I don't know who this person is. I am in love with them.
And what might be?
And they followed me on Instagram.
Shut the fuck.
They followed Typo on Instagram, and I'm so jealous.
He made her laugh.
I followed them in hopes that they would follow me back, but I haven't heard anything from them yet.
Hi, Editor Barry here, which is why my mic sucks. As of editing this, we recorded this a few months back. He no longer has an Instagram page, we have found out as of recent, so I just wanted to make that clear going ahead. So if you go to Instagram and try to search up like Foxy's Instagram or something, you're probably not going to find one because as of editing right now, his Instagram page no longer exists. Anyways, yeah, please enjoy the rest of the podcast episode.
So I'm gonna
Anyway,
try.
who is it?
Yeah,
Who
I was about
is
to say.
it?
So, I'm gonna actually, instead of introducing them at first, I'm going to actually take y'all down a trip on how we got there. So, Barry, me, and a couple other people planned to go up north for a little bit. And up north, they have a bubble tea spot named Vivi Bubble Tea, right? They have a Yelp. And so I was scrolling through the Yelp reviews and whatnot, and I found this god of a guy named Fox E. And he left like a multi-paragraph, multi-stanza like rap about it. And I was amazed.
I'd like to do a dramatic reading.
Okay.
Can I do it, please?
Yeah.
So here it says Elite 2021. He left this review on leave September the 3rd, 2019. Let's start with some rapping. He started his review that way. He said, let's start with some rapping. He announced it. And he said, if you're Dr. Watson, it's the elementary V. You have two lovers. I make it 3B. If the bathroom is empty, I need to use the PV. A fruit drink. Come try PV. If you're on kayak, I'm the Travelocity V.
Oh my god.
If you're on the Susie Sue, then I'm the Banshee V. If you're the Titanic, then I will be the Debris V. If you like sand, then just call me the Bird
Alico over here aggressively typing about Slime Rancher, question mark?
Yes, about Slime Rancher.
Slime Rancher.
If you're running for election, I'm the absentee V. And if you're in Somalia, Djibouti. If you're Pam Anderson, I'm the Tommy Lee. And if I'm a Spice Girl, you're the wannabe V. Are you from Nashville? Cause you're the only 10 I see V.
Okay, that one was stolen.
That one is.
That one was big time stolen.
I gotta give these a poetry snap.
Dallas, you can do me like Debbie.
Ball snap.
And if you're Macaulay and my girl, I'm the BV. So float like a butterfly down to VV. There's more. There's more.
It just
Calico,
keeps
would you
going.
like to continue the reading?
If I'm a sports bettor, you're the bribed referee V. If you're Charlie Brown, then I'm the Snoopy V. If I'm JWoww, then you're the Snooky V. If I'm your husband, then you're my trophy V. If this review gets censored, then you can blame the FCC V. If you want to see Wonka, if you want to see a Wonka, I'll show you the Willy V.
As for Barbie, she's out looking for the BBC.
Hopefully she'll call me and she'll share them all with me, V. I mean, there's a reason they call me ACDCV. That's a pretty average night with Fox E and Barbie V. And yes, I'm very proud that we're both LGBT, but here is nothing average with the fruity drinks at VV. What? And then
What?
one of my
It's just
favorite
the
All
locations
this
of
is written in like formal English. It's just what? Exclamation mark.
100% MLA format.
one of my favorite locations of Phoebe, I mean Vivi, but if Phoebe from Friends or especially Phoebe Cates came here, it'd be one of my fave Phoebe locations too. This is in a kind of a basement, and it's a tiny little space that has more room in the back than you would think, sort of like me. This is clearly one of the more popular boba shops in the very clustered area near the colleges and
The North.
is one with extremely friendly patrons and even friendlier employees who were extremely nice to me and even made me an off-the-menu drink, which is both unusual for a VV. Less than half of them will do that and extremely appreciated. Because of that, it's one of my favorite VVs in the whole country. Their fruit tea options are actually not bad at all. I'm a fan and I appreciate that. I'm not a big fan of the milk tea, but then I'm not a big fan of your mother with her clothes on.
Roasted.
Besides, the locations that make brown sugar milk tea make it actually really yummy-sly. So go write this down on your CV that you love the boba tea at VV, and although it tastes fake, you love it more than Drake is loved by some rando named Kiki. And that's
I
it.
want to know where
And
this
then
man
there's
is from.
angels. I don't
Oh,
know.
we know
Oh,
where
no,
he's
we know.
from.
We know.
He's
Right.
probably straight from the studio.
So
Those fresh bars.
You're straight to the
So,
studio.
we decided to stalk him a little bit, and
What is his ethnicity? He
A
looks
little
like
bit.
he
You mean a
literally
lot.
looks like
we're
a
gonna
unicorn.
get there. We're gonna get there.
Looks
We're gonna get
aggressively
there. We're gonna
Italian?
get
Question
there.
mark.
We're gonna get there. So, so
Rhymes.
we
So for
we
those
went
of
to
you-
his we went to his Yelp.
For those
Oh,
of you
boy.
watching on our official YouTube channel, we'll insert some images for you to see V. And
Oh my god.
How did he go from looking like an ogre unicorn in the first picture to looking like a Roman god in the second?
I want to cry. I want to cry. I'm
Is
going
you a
to
man that
have a
can do
mental
both?
breakdown. Oh, shut the fuck up. Okay. So we kind of stalked him a little bit, but not too much. It was literally just we went to his Yelp and we looked at like his external links, and one of his external links was one to his Instagram. From there, we kind of looked around and realized he is a model, but it's a boba model. Like he works out all to advertise boba teas, and it's all over his fucking Instagram.
What?
Oh, if you're watching, if for anybody who is watching, though, we will describe what we are talking about to you, listeners. But for anybody watching, you can see we have the profile for this person's Yelp displayed on screen.
What is this
And
picture of someone's high heels sitting on top of the boba?
That's his girlfriend.
those are his.
No, those aren't his. Those are his girlfriends.
Oh,
He has a girlfriend?
he got a girl.
Yeah.
Barry, your chances are done for.
I'm sorry, Barry.
I know.
His whole
I
life.
found out, but that doesn't listen. He sounds pretty open for something polyamorous. Foxy, if you're out there.
Oh my god.
Or
We're
He's
really
like a
going this
50-50.
route.
He's
She
either
just
looking
gotta
for
shoot.
polyamory, or if you flirt with him, he's gonna
then please
headbutt you.
contact me.
Shooters gotta shoot.
Okay, so from after looking at his Instagram a little bit, we discovered that he has a YouTube. And to that YouTube is
Hold on. He has a YouTube. What
yeah,
is the
he has a
link?
YouTube, and he also has a 12-minute documentary on himself.
Huh?
My man.
We also figured out he makes music. And when
He
he's
does make
speaking,
music. He does make music. He's a
makes music.
he was originally a traveling music artist, and he still continues that. But his main source of income is his boba modeling.
This is my guy. Oh
How
my
much does
God.
boba
Calico.
modeling pay?
I
You
need
know
to
what,
read
man? I could probably, since he follows me, I could probably have him join this broadcast.
Please try to get him in here.
No,
Please.
no,
He looks
I
like if you try to
No,
punch him
I
in the
love
face,
this
it will
man
break his
so
face.
much.
no.
I genuinely love this person so much.
He would probably be so weirded out by us.
I love everything he stands for.
Oh my god.
No, Calico, can you play a small clip of his music for us? The
I
listeners.
probably could. I'll play his last stuff. Hold up.
"1969, another place and time. The children
He reminds me of that guy from Hamilton.
Lenin made a stand. Hendrix used his hands. Started in what happened to the peace? What happened to the love? What happened to utopias we all were dreaming of? What happened to our voices? What happened to our rage? What happened to the protests of the wars we wage? Now we're paid for our silence with all these so-called luxuries. We sold our souls to industry for all of these accessories. We're paid for our silence, 'cause so many of us see the truth, but we just sit back and
He was definitely a theater kid. He's putting way too much emotion into every word.
Okay, so
He
that's
sounds
like
like
a
he
small
feels
clip.
every syllable.
That's a small clip of his music, and a lot of his songs going through his YouTube are long as fuck. And he does like pop up. Stuff at like small cafes and whatnot. But after watching his 12-minute documentary, me and Barry, we have learned quite a few things. He moved to America to follow his dream and his passion of music. He's from Oxford, England.
There we go. Had a feeling he was English
Yeah, he's English.
based
He's
off of his
English.
vocabulary.
He's English.
Oh wow.
But that's
Does it sound like him being British is doing something to you?
I was gonna say, does he have multiple fans now?
Listen, if he's willing to be polyamorous, Alex, you can join in.
I'm going to
Aw.
wallow in my sadness.
Aw.
So yeah, that's Foxy. That's Fox Ellipsis. That's
Wait,
his
the
full
E
name.
Yeah.
stands. The E stands
The
for
E
E
stands
stands for
music.
ellipsis.
Yeah, the thing is,
I thought that said electrical.
Nope.
Elliptical.
Nope, that's not what it means, Alex.
Elliptical.
It doesn't mean Fox elliptical.
No, it doesn't.
Elliptical.
his
I was hoping
his
to do
music
a workout.
genuinely goes kind of hard.
It does.
I mean, yeah.
When I heard the
This shit slap.
it hit my soul.
It hit my soul.
It hit my
Took it
soul.
personal.
Okay.
My soul.
Can't say.
Okay. So yeah, that's Fox Ellipsis, the Yelp rapper.
I need to get on this wave. This man is really out here making money as a boba model.
I mean,
I
Like,
admire
his
how
main
he's.
source
I'm
of
enjoying it.
income is posing for pictures with boba.
that
You know how
has to
crazy that
pay.
is?
That has to pay quite a bit if he can still be a traveling artist too.
Exactly.
I'm not so sure about the traveling part, simply because the last time that we've heard from Fox Ellipsis was sometime in April around his birthday when he left a review on Yelp, and he was in Texas, and it said that he's been there for a while now. So I think
mean-
his traveling aspirations are slowing down.
Maybe he hit all the boba shops.
Maybe.
He tastes. Wait, Fox E. There's one near where I live, and all I'm saying is I don't think you've tasted it yet because it opened just recently. And all I'm saying is you could get boba with a me V.
Wants to get railed by Fox Ellipsis. Oh, I meant Barry. Barry wants to get railed by Fox Ellipsis.
Listen, I
Dang,
admire
that's all
everything.
experience.
I imagine
I admire
he walks
everything this man
around.
stands for.
I imagine he walks around just snapping his fingers like
Yeah, imagine he walks around with like the half flexed arms that bodybuilders do, just snapping
Yeah.
once in each hand with every step.
yeah,
He got a little pep to his step, walking like, oh.
yeah.
I imagine at some point in his life he's gonna get a pompadour, and that's when it's gonna be over for everybody.
What the heck is a pompadour?
You don't know what a pompadour is?
Is it a type of dog?
I don't know what. Are we talking about the hair?
We're talking about the hair, like the poofy poof.
Yeah, a
the
pompadour is like a quiff, because I remember the quiff was like a big.
That's like Elvis Presley, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elvis is very popular for his pompadour.
Oh, okay,
that
okay. I know what
he-
you guys are
think-
talking.
I think it's a
The
trend that he
Chad.
started in the 50s. I'm not sure.
The Chad.
Yeah, like Chad.
Y'all think
Just
the
think-
pompadour is gonna
just
come
think of-
back? All the white boys on TikTok are gonna start dressing like Elvis Presley.
I think it's already started.
I would love to see the 50s
Listen.
have a resurgence, but only like the style and the
The good
looks.
parts.
Only
Yeah.
the good parts, which is the style and the looks. Everything else can die with the 50s. But like,
Yeah, less sexism and racism.
yeah.
And more Style.
Yes.
More style.
What if some
I have
fucked up
always
shit
been
like that became a
obsessed.
trend? Like, what if all the white boys on TikTok just decided one day that racism is a trend?
Thought it
Well, it
was.
kind of feels
Would
like that's
move to
already
a
happening.
different country. Yeah, I think. Listen, I already planned to go to another place. Beautiful planet the mortals call Earth. I want to be here. Can we go to another place in the universe? Cause
I would love to.
We need
But
to
I don't
hurry up
think
and
we can take
colonize
the mortals
Mars.
with us.
speaking of TikTok boys, this brings us to our next segment, Pick Me Boys.
Oh man, I got
Oh,
some shit. Okay.
Ollie.
I need
Oh, Ollie's about to go off.
I need everyone here to understand. Me and Alex are not pick me boys. We are just insecure.
Yes.
Do
Could
we
you
want to
elaborate on this?
explain?
No, I just wanted to clear the air.
Well, you're gonna need to back
Okay.
that statement up.
To
You can't just say that and then leave it.
I can just say that and leave it.
No,
explain
you cannot.
Pick me boys
like, to the
have gone
listeners,
with a
for anybody who
bad.
doesn't.
Go ahead, Barry.
Oh, I was gonna say, would we like to explain to any of the listeners or viewers, if they do
Okay.
not know already, what is a pick me boy?
A pick me boy is that boy that messaged you on Snapchat saying, I'm so ugly, please be my friend. And then you're like, okay, let me shed a little bit of sympathy and befriend this man named Nathan.
Where
Then you
they
start talking to
purposely try
Nathan.
to make you pity them into a
Yeah.
relationship.
He's the one where it's like, I'm so ugly. And then you're like, no, you're not. Oh, so you
Okay.
love me? No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, but also let me explain that this isn't like a men only thing. Like there
Oh,
are
There
yeah.
like
are
pygmies.
also such thing as
Pygmies
picky girls.
started with insecure girls.
Yeah. But also, I feel like pick me boys and pick me girls aren't exactly the same thing.
No, but they have the same baseline of I'm so ugly. Please pay attention to me.
Yeah, you're right.
I knew a girl who would.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say names, but they literally would send a picture of them crying and wait for me to coddle them.
Yep, that sounds right.
Cannibalism.
No.
Wait.
I remember,
Ayo.
speaking of cannibalism, I was on a call with Goob, and I remember, I was on a call with Goob, and my mom was also there, and Goob, just, at some point in the call, he was drunk, and there was alcohol surging through his bones, and he told my mom, um, he told my mom, if anybody hurt me, he would cannibalize them. That he would eat them.
I don't know why, but the idea of this bag of bones trying to eat a human.
He was like, he was like Wiki Mama. That's what we call my mom, Wiki Mama. He was like, Wiki Mama, if anybody hurts Barry, I will eat them. Barry, if anybody hurts you, I will cannibalize them. That is what he said.
Imagine
I think
Goob
about it.
just
And
imagine
now
Goob trying to digest a human. A human starts at the feet, goes through the mouth, and just falls down the spine slowly.
I mean,
Like, you
I
know how
think
snakes eat, where
I
they
think
slowly
Goob
slither their
could
way
prepare.
across the entire body.
I think Goop could prepare the human in a way that makes it delicious.
How would
I
Goob
say
eat though?
we
He's
should
he's
serve
literally a
it.
skeleton.
It has no stomach.
Serve it with a side of gator.
Did you say serve it with a side of gay?
Gator, Gator.
Oh, side of gator.
I love me a side of gay.
Welcome to Florida. We eat gators.
homosexuals.
No, but the next day, actually, speaking of cooking the person, the next day, after my graduation, because I graduated that day. I graduated recently for anybody listening and anybody who cares. I'm gonna brag about. Yeah. We didn't think I'd get this far, and so, yeah, I'm gonna brag about that for a long time. Anyways,
As you
if
should.
actually
As
speaking
you
of graduation,
should.
if you look on our NIFO Twitter, I did some cute little art of me and Goob in little graduation gowns. And it's really cute. So if you want to look in the links down in the
So
description
cute.
below, can go see that art. And we'll have it pinned after this episode, so that way it's right there. You get there, it's right there. You can see it. But it'll only be pinned until the next episode. But
You
so
got your little piece of paper.
next
No
day, he called me, and I was in the car with Wiki Mama, and I was on the phone with him, right? And we were just talking or whatever, and he was like, "Congrats on your graduation. We graduated, right?" And we were, hyping each other up. And then my mom was also talking to him, Wiki Mama, and she was like, "Goob, if you want, I can teach you how to break down a human," because my Wiki Mama went to culinary school, so she learned how to break down animals. And she said apparently breaking down a human is a lot like breaking down a pig. Don't ask
Yes.
how she knows that. I don't know how she knows that, but she knows it, and she offered to teach him how to break down a pig, aka a human. So
Fun fact, I know she's right about that simply because I learned in like a while ago that humans and pigs have literally the same exact like stuff when it comes to organs and whatnot. So
But at the same time, don't we share like hella DNA with bananas?
yes,
We
we
are
share DNA with
bananas.
bananas, but we share
I'm
organs
a
set up in the knives
banana. I'm a
with pigs.
banana. I'm a banana.
So that means you can have human bacon.
oh man,
Nice.
speaking of pick me boys, the dude, Onion Man, who made that song I'm a Banana is hella
He's
pick
a
me boy.
Yeah, no, he's a peak. He's like the god for pick me boys.
That's like the
Like what
end
pick
goal
me
of
boys
every
aspire
pick
to
me
be.
boy. It's
I
really crazy
agree.
that I grew up watching that man, not realizing what was happening.
I didn't grow up watching him. I just knew him as the banana boy.
I
Because that's the
watched
only
him for a
video
while when
that
I was
I
younger.
knew.
It's just
Made me
weird looking
hella
back at it.
insecure.
Yeah, like, cause he would just bully everybody, so then you would internalize that.
He tried to convince everybody to go vegetarian.
Look at my
I
vegan
remember
body!
hearing that.
Look at my vegan body. The thing is, I am vegetarian now, but for different reasons because I got that sensitive body. But
Organic
vegetarian for
matter
different
is
reasons.
interesting.
But don't. I wouldn't advise for everybody to go vegetarian or vegan. As a
Same.
vegetarian,
You
because
You guys need to eat more steak.
I
I
don't
don't
like
care what the
steak.
media says about red meat. It is too delicious and good to just pass up.
listen, all I'm saying is, I'm a vegetarian. My body no like the meat. But if I went to Japan, I saw that beautiful, marbled, juicy Wagyu beef. I'd
Then you're gonna give it
gobble
to
that
me.
shit up.
What'd you say, Typo?
I said then you're gonna give it to me.
Mm.
Speaking of goob, I'm getting a call from Goob right now.
What?
Ah!
Here.
Wow.
Would we like me to answer?
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Goob!
Shoo!
Go!
Where have you been?
I tried to
Goob in
answer
the
your call.
building.
Oh, I am so sorry, guys. I am just getting home.
Where were you?
I
You were.
was, yeah, I was at my friend's house, and I did not. And I,
Were-
I told, I I am so sorry. I totally forgot that we record on Sundays, and I feel really bad. And hi, Craig. I didn't even say hi to you.
It's okay, Goop. We're mid-recording session. Guys, viewers, Goop's here.
Yeah.
Yay! We're actually supposed to be
Goop.
finishing right now.
Well, about today's topics. Yeah, uh, shit.
We've
Boom,
already
finish it
gone
off.
through.
Finish it off for us.
Okay.
Finish it off. Wrap it up.
Wait, we're not
So-
even done.
We're not.
Well, it's 11.
Yeah,
It's been
We're
like over
about
30
midway
minutes.
through.
But we're supposed to be doing 30
would we
minutes.
like to?
We can.
Yeah. Well, while Goob is here, would we like to do the last segment? You can be here for the
Yeah,
last
go for
segment
it.
because we got through a bit.
We got through.
So-
we got through 2 of them at once, technically.
Yeah.
Nice. Pro
Yeah, yeah. So, our next segment. So I have a question that my Gmail decided to generously gift me. So I get notifications and emails from Quora for some reason. So I guess I'm at that age. I'm at that age where I get like emails from Quora. And so here's a question from Matthew Parkmore. Thank you, Matthew. My professor accused me of plagiarism and gave me a 0% on my final essay, and my grade dropped 20 points. I didn't cheat at all. What can I do?
That is
Commit
a
mass
tough one.
arson.
I think that's a good solution, Goob. Honestly, 100% agree with you right there.
Yes. Burn everything. You can't fail a class if everything's on fire.
Can't fail a class.
Yeah,
if
but
it's
the grade's already been
all
put in the grade book.
That's that skelly logic right there.
Oh, their
Honestly,
GPA went
college
down.
has wronged you. Fuck it. Drop out. Invest in the meme market on Reddit and try to get rich off Dogecoin.
No,
We only
But
take
also,
our financial
Dogecoin
advice.
has not been very beneficial at all for the stock market in a long time. So,
We only take
Disclaimer, we are not
advice
actually
from.
encouraging people to commit crimes.
We only
If
take
you two are the
advice from
government
Ollie.
agents listening,
I'm encouraging people to commit crimes. Please commit
Yeah.
crimes in our name.
then that's a you problem.
We only
Ollie.
take advice from Ollie.
Please commit mass murder at your local university and spray paint
No,
NIFO
do
across
not
the
do
wall.
that. Do not do that. Don't.
please
I
shut
repeat,
the fuck
No,
up.
no.
please don't do that. I think
I
we
want
can
to
go
be
to
like the
jail.
modern day Cure from Death Note.
Don't. No.
Ollie,
No.
cry
we are
for
going
you.
to cut this out.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that out.
Okay,
Um,
genuine answer to this question though. I would have a sit down with the professor, either email them or something, so this way you have documents to be like, hey, this is my problem. If and take it to a higher up if the professor doesn't do anything. But I would have a sit down with them, talk about what because they're probably using a program to identify like the plagiarism and whatnot, and see what identified as plagiarized or not, and be like, and have like the like parts of like maybe you cited something or whatever.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
also, if you're doing the document on something like, say, Google Docs, it shows your edit history. So maybe you could show your professor how
Yeah.
you edited the document over
Um,
time.
Pro tip.
So-
Always talk to your. If you ever have a problem, always talk to your professors and your like professors, teachers, counselors.
Always email them. That is
Yeah.
something that I've always preached ever since I got into early. Always. I know I hate it.
Or you could just
Anyway.
drop out. I'm just saying, dropping out.
I mean, wait, but also like your GPA going as if your school has a GPA requirement for you to be in school, then you don't just sit by and because didn't they say their friend accused them of cheating?
No, this
No,
is
it was
their
their,
professor. Their professor marked their page as plagiarized.
Plagiarize.
Oh,
So their
bro,
professor
beat that.
accused them.
Anyway, talk to your
So,
professor and
another
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Another piece of advice I would like to give that I wanted to add on, when you do source things and you do source for your essays, and your projects and stuff, bibliography. Bibliography at the bottom of the page is important. You need to have a section in every single one of your essays when you sort something. You need to have a bibliography section in all of your essays and your projects. When you add that, technically you have sourced and you have given proper credit to the source that you've sourced from. And so your professor cannot accuse you of cheating unless sourcing from outside sources and providing the bibliography is it goes against your professor's requirements or terms.
Also, some teachers prefer certain formats. Like some teachers will prefer MLA over APA or APA over MLA, shit like that. Do confine to those things because then it'll make the teacher and whatever system that they are using understand the layout of your page better because if you just throw bibliography at the end and they go back and try and look for the stuff that you cited and there's no quotes or anything to refer back to that bibliography, then for all they know you could have just threw stuff in there. So definitely adhere to those guidelines. As much as I would hate to say that, just do it for the ease of everything.
Absolutely.
Completely agree.
Right.
Does anyone else
Would we
want
like to
add
move
to
on?
this one? I would like to read this
Yeah.
one.
To read this next one?
Yes. If you are the boss and one of your employees calls in the morning and says that they didn't feel good when they woke up that morning, so they're taking a sick day, would you accept that excuse as given or would you probe for a more detailed answer? My new employee asked me one day for a time off. I immediately approved it. He was shocked and asked, "Don't you want to know the reason why?" My reply was, "I don't need to know the details. I hired you to get the job done and I trust you to get it done. You choose how to get your work done. Come to the office, fine. 9 to 5, fine. Work from home, fine. Leave early, fine. Work from the garage while they fix your car, fine. We're all human. I don't need to know you will be late because of a doctor's appointment or you are leaving early to attend a personal matter. It's sad how we have infantilized the workplace so much that employees feel the need to apologize for having personal lives. I'm not a clock watcher. I trust you to get your job done. Keep clients happy. I'm happy. The future lies in flexible work patterns."
It's from a Quora user, Harsh Gupta. Thank you, Harsh Gupta.
Who's a CEO at Proton Auto ML.
I would like
2019
to
to present.
nice. I would like to say shout out to the boss of the year. You have won 2021, my friend. But is it 2021? When's 2021?
This
Time
is
is very
2021.
wobbly
This is
wibbly
very
for me.
past 2021. This is after the end of the world. This is post-apocalyptic goob.
That
Time is very
true.
look. When you've been at space for as long as I have, time doesn't make sense anymore.
He didn't
I
float.
mean, you don't even have a brain.
Yeah, you
That-
He's
skeleton.
got
that
one
really out
floating
here with
around in
no
that
brain.
cranium.
There's stardust in
Wiggling
here.
around.
Okay, but also, I don't have a brain, but I do have motherboards and
Ain't
shit.
got no mind. I
That's a
got no
brain.
mind.
No, but don't count.
Organic matter
But
is weird.
I got a
it
brain
is.
somewhere underneath all this, a lot of hair that I got.
There's no skull, only hair. It just goes skin to hair.
Yeah. Underneath everything is just hair for me. That's all it. That's why there's so much.
Your
That's all I
your
am.
hair is your brain. It's like a nervous system, an external
Their
nervous
hair,
system.
their hair just
like
grows
a-
from their skull or from their brain.
Just like a
But
Hoseki no Kuni character, and I'm just one material all the way through with some sense of like sentience.
Meanwhile,
but
I am there.
I am there. You either die in sleep or see live long enough to become a bear.
I hate everything.
But what I was gonna say is, it's not the boss's if you tell your boss that you need a sick day and they ask you like what's wrong with you, that's fine for you to answer, but you're not obligated to answer your boss. They do not need to know your personal life. That is your personal life. They don't need to know. And I feel like a lot of people forget that, like,
Yeah.
just because they are your boss, just because they're their boss doesn't mean that they're your parent. Like, they don't need to know everything. My parents, where are they?
Oh my
People
gosh.
tend to people tend to forget people tend to forget that there needs to be a separation of work life and personal life. And
Yes.
I feel like mainly it's people who are higher up forget that their lower classes and lower peoples need to have that privacy. Um because even though their lower classes can't ask them doesn't mean they can ask them. I feel like I feel like bosses have the option to be like, is everything good or do you want to tell me? But they shouldn't pick or pry for details.
Yeah. Like,
If I was a worker or not a worker, a boss or something, and people were and I had a worker who was like, "Hey, I can't come into work. I'm not feeling that well." I'd be like, "Okay, is there anything going on? Do you need me to do anything?" And that's about it. I won't pry.
um, this isn't. If any of my future employers are listening, I'd like you to stop now. Um, in the future, when I get employed, man, which I'm really trying to, uh, and all I'm saying is episodes of magical girl animes come out, like big boy movies and events, and all I'm saying is when Square Enix does literally anything, we'll take a day off to suck their dick.
Oh,
I don't.
I
I will
mean,
take the day off to just to sit there and kiss Square Enix's ass.
Right in the hole.
I
Future
don't,
employers
because
have been warned. This is why you shouldn't have come this far.
if you didn't want to hear me say that, listen, I warned you, I told you, and I will tell you
like,
that it is for important business, and you don't need to fucking know. I could be flying off to Japan to go watch a Precure live show, and that is not my boss's business. And I'm
Listen,
not saying
all
I'm
I'm
going to,
saying,
but I might.
all I'm saying is depending on the job will depend on if I'm going to have more sick days and then follow it up with I'll do the work while I'm sick, I promise, or not. So,
Anyway, if like you are working and your boss and you call your boss and you need to take a sick day, take your sick day. Like, don't no matter what they say, even if they threaten to fire you, fuck your boss. They can find someone else. You can find another job. Like unless you're like supporting a family of 12, like don't take that sick day. I'm
if
sorry.
you're
Don't,
risking
don't-
your mental health and your physical health to work and get money and your boss is putting on the stress, then you should not be working in that environment.
You just can't let bosses walk all over you. Most bosses in fast food restaurants, from what I've seen from most of my friends who work, it if you give your boss an inch, they will take a mile. You need to learn how to properly navigate social situations and not let people trample you because your boss will try to take advantage of your work ethic. If you give it your all and nobody else is working, then he will work you overtime and you have to be prepared to say no. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to
There
realize your worth at the place that you're working and decide whether or not it's worth staying.
there was a video that I saw, I think earlier today, and it was an employee who was quitting their job and they worked at like the big supermarket place of Walmart. And um she got on the intercom and said, "Excuse me, employees, customers, and patrons of Walmart." And then she proceeded to list off names, and she called them out for their bullshit. Like, I think like a bunch of them were racist, some of them were sexists. I think two of them were sexually assaulted some people, and she saw or heard about it or was a victim or something along the lines. She just called out everyone, said "fuck you," and then left. And I was just like, we need everyone to be like that.
These problems in the workplace shouldn't be problems to begin with. And I know that in other countries, and I hate to say this and call out a specific place, right? Because I know it's a problem in other places, but I feel like only really in the West problem to this magnitude. And I know it exists in other places, and I don't want to say it's like it's it's a problem with just one, right? But in countries like America, which a lot of
Yoo-hoo!
Americans are going to get very mad if they're very yeehaw. But
Oh, is that the place with the cows with the metal horns?
I think
I
so.
don't know why, but I feel like I should be offended.
I don't know. I thought when I was a young fruit, um, I thought that in the land of the Americas, that the different flavors of milk came from
Different
like
colored
the different
cows.
colors of cows. So I
Yes,
Yeah.
in
thought
fact,
somewhere,
my brown cow kind produced chocolate milk.
yeah, so I thought somewhere out there were pink cows, and then looked around in that land of the Americas, none to be seen. I went to
Yo, before
Wikimom.
Team Umizoomi ever existed, I had a dream about Team Umizoomi where they were talking about cows with different colored milks that made the different colored cows that made the different types of milk. I dreamt of that episode of Team Umizoomi before Team Umizoomi was ever even thought of.
I had a dream where my family went to Disney and they were heavily inspecting like this crystal slash glass bridge, and it was over a lobby of some sort, and it was in a it was in one of the castles, but it was very hollow and whatnot. And I was looking around and I was like, what's going on? And then I turned around behind me again for like the third time because it wasn't there before, but there was just a Mickey Mouse costume, and it looked a little demented now that I think about it, but it wasn't really at the time. And then I walked towards it, and the floor dropped over in front of him, but there was like a tiny little lip, and so I tried to walk on that lip, and then I slipped and fell, and then I hung from the bridge and kicked Michelle Obama in the back of the head.
Huh?
So comment to
Poor
this.
Michelle
Fuck
Obama.
that bitch.
like
Oh,
she
Ollie,
was in
don't
line.
fuck that
Push
bitch.
up our punches.
She was in line with her daughters in the like lobby area thing, and I just accidentally kicked her in the head and her weave fell off.
Michelle Obama doesn't wear weave.
No, but she did wear weave in my dream.
Oh, in your dream. I had a
I had a
dream.
dream.
I had a dream, and it was like I was like, okay, so I was like, it was like I was like, I was.
You good there, dude? Are your bones rattling?
A little bit. It's cold. Anyway, so I was like walking on a beach, right? And then like and there's these footprints next to me, right? I was on the beach and these footprints next to me, and every time I walked, there's a new set of footprints. And then I'm like, "Why are you following me?" And I turn around and I punch this dude in the face, and he's like, "Oh no, why did you punch me? I was just walking." And I'm like, "Well, walk next time, but not near me." And then COVID started.
I had a dream recently that Zendaya died, and then I woke up genuinely distressed.
She's a national treasure.
She is.
She is. I woke up I woke up feeling like I was about to cry. I had a
Bro,
dream
this
that Zendaya died, and we were looking at all of her and in the dream we were looking at all of her possessions laid out across the floor, right? For some reason I was there, and I think it was like they were doing like a showing or something, right? And I was standing there genuinely distressed over the fact that Zendaya had died, and I woke up just and I checked my phone and I realized like the dream was over. I woke up feeling like the dream was continuing, right? And I checked my phone and realized I was awake. That Zendaya was alive. And that I was
Has
relieved.
anyone? I'm intrigued. Has anyone dreamt about using their phone in their dreams?
Oh my goodness, Daniel was talking to me about
All
this
the
the other
time.
day. Like he
oh
was on
no.
his phone and he saw a message from his friend that whenever he woke up, it wasn't there. And then the friend ended up sending him that message like hours later.
But you know, uh, before we wrap up, I'd like to say that the reason that I was not here is because my friend that I was with is actually the ship's life support system. So you're welcome that you guys are all alive. I love you. Mwah.
Fuck you.
Oh,
That's why
it's
you're
okay.
that's why you're half robot.
What?
Oh, rope. Uh,
I'm sorry, that was rude.
Listen,
I'm
I'm a
sorry.
robot. I
me
am
too,
only
Goob.
not.
I am the ship's AI. I can decide what happens to this ship.
Okay,
Look.
Please keep
Wally.
in
Jeez,
mind.
calm down.
Please
Listen,
keep that in
I
mind that I can turn this ship around and throw us straight into the sun's orbit.
I understand that we're living in space here, but golly.
Bro, I mean, I've been to the sun before. It's kind of hot. Nothing too shabby, you know.
yeah.
Also, if you're receiving this transmission, um, the what is it? The butterfly nebula. Yeah, it's currently being swallowed by a black hole, so don't go near there. Yeah, I just thought you guys should know that. Just came back after, yeah, yeah.
This is a good spot for us to wrap things up. Thank you for listening, and we hope that you enjoyed our first transmission. And if it goes through your mind, just nuke it from orbit. See you in the next episode.